see it. Do you see that? Find it. Got it. Oh my gosh. Fine. Got that. So, guys, ready for another trading day. Now, if you look at our chart, in the past session, we talk about the Gbpsd, and very interestingly enough, that the market has got a bounce from the same level that we talk about after the daily break. So if you guys, anyone had a trade on that, I would really appreciate if you let me know that if you had a trade on that. That was a big one. We had a trade, and I'm sure that many of you who watched the live session should be able to secure some good profit on the trade. That one on Gbpsd. As you can see, with the progression of the session, there could be a bit more opportunity more in the market. Let's begin today's session starting with the Gbpsd, and also we'll be looking at gold. Also we will look at all the news calendar and everything. Guys and girls, ready for another big trading day, as we make every day a big day. And let me know using the live chat if you are here. Say yes so that I can begin with. Good morning everyone, good day depending on where you live. Thank you very much. Good morning. Kea, thanks for joining the live session. We had a big trade. Thank you as always. Thanks for that. So I would appreciate if you guys give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. So I would like to know that you are here by saying yes so that I know that you are here, so we can start. I can start the analysis once you are here. Good evening, Twins. Good morning, Amir Ali. Good evening, everyone. Thank you. Quite a few instruments showing very good movement in the market. Keynotes, good afternoon. Thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome, welcome. Welcome. I see almost you guys are here. Thanks for that. So when everyone arrived, then I can start today the analysis for the day. It's a big day. Today is Wednesday. Let's quickly look at the news calendar. Preliminary GDP coming up just in a matter of a bit more than an hour, which could make gold and GBP pairs very volatile. And tomorrow coming up Euro, so we'll be looking at the Euro pairs, and also CAD coming up tomorrow, so we'll be also looking at the CAD pairs, especially dollar CAD. We see that early today there was a big bounce on dollar CAD, and that might lead dollar CAD to give us another entry. So quite a few pairs that we can look at starting with the day. So let's see. Delfred, hi coach. Thank you, Delfred. Thanks for joining the live session. So let's begin today's live session starting with one of our pairs that we trade, starting with the Gbpsd. Now Gbpsd, guys and girls, if you remember when we are leaving the live session, we talk about this market to overextend and then to reject. Now if you look at this trade on GJ, I was on live on the pre-London session, but the market didn't come. What we can do, I couldn't post the trade on the YouTube live, but I posted on the VIP Telegram channel for those who are trading with us. have got a good one today. Now if I look at, so let's start with the GJ, and I want to bring that trade as well, guys and girls, so that you know exactly what I looked at in the trade. So looking at the GBPJPY, now you can see that this is the trade also I have posted on the VIP group so that everyone can follow along, because you know any trade that I open I do share in the VIP Telegram channel. We have closed earlier here, but it's a good one. So let's look at that trade, what we looked at in this trade. Now if you look at GJ, what do we see? That the market dropped to that level and then has got a bounce from this level. So what was the significance in that trade? Now you can see still pushing high. It might just keep going back even to the 91 level, 190. It is possible just to bounce back up. It form an inverted head and shoulder here, you can see that, and it might just keep pushing high in that direction. So now what is the reason behind the trade in this one is, you see this candle is the most precious candle on this planet Earth. This is a very important 5 minutes bullish candle with the liquidity, right? So this is also the ICT along with the liquidity. Now if you don't know how to use liquidity with the ICT, then stick to the channel. Okay, so this is the daily move. Now when I'm using the ICT concept in my trading, I use the daily candle either to go overextended in one direction on the same day. Guys, for those who trade ICT, then sometimes they don't look at anything, just look at the one candle, and based on that they trade in that direction. So if you look at GBPJPY, you can see that this is what we discussed in our previous session. That's why I recommend you to follow along all the live session we do. Guys, if you follow along all the live session and if you look at all the trade that I am opening, within 3 to 6 months you should be able to become a consistently professional profitable trader. Now past is not indication of the future results, definitely you know that in trading, so it's not guaranteed that you can be, but if you are dedicated enough, if you give enough time, committed to yourself, you can become. Some people became profitable before that time. So make sure, guys and girls, you always stay fully committed to this task if you want to be on that. Now why this this price is so significant to me, if you look at here, you can see this is the daily support level, and in our pre-launch session we discussed it, that if the market managed to break this low, we could see that bounce, and it did that, and this is where I have entered the trade from this level. And as you can see from that zone, there was a big bounce to the upside from this liquidity zone. If you look at the past, what do you see? That you see this is the support here, support here, support here, and in our previous attempt yesterday we saw that the market has dropped to that level. Okay, so if you look at here, you can see that this is the support level here, and in that support level, this is a liquidity grab, and today even has broken that further, and that's where our entry was. That's the beauty of understanding when the market is gathering that liquidity. Now look at this move here on GJ. I was waiting for that drop to happen, and you see this 5 minutes move, a big drop, and then in a straight gone back to the resistance level. Now this is where at the moment, if we look at the intraday time frame, let's see what is our next opportunity on GJ. If I look at the daily chart, you can see it has got a big bounce from the daily support, so there is a daily resistance here. Now there are two possible scenarios at the moment, is for the price to drop back down again to penetrate that, or just to go back to the resistance level. If it goes back to the resistance, it might even go back to 191 level. So as a as a trend trader, as I trade with the trend, and bigger picture in the market is bullish. Okay, so I will be waiting for the market to give me the trade in the direction of the major trend. So we'll be looking at that. Okay, so I will be waiting for the market to give me a trade in the direction of the major trend. Now you can see that the level that I have drawn is also a very important level of support. So if the market drop below this level again and showing very impressive bullish price action, we'll be looking for buy. On the other hand, if you look at the daily chart, what do you see? That this is the daily price. So far it dropped, and it is possible for the seller again to try one more time, and in that case I will be waiting for the price to break the daily low again, and then we will be looking to enter. So this quite a few levels that I have drawn, but for me to go long, better if it drops back down, it might even break this low and then could jump back to the upside. So depending on how the market is evolving, we will be looking for entry opportunity in the market. Alright guys and girls, hope that you are enjoying the live session. Thank you for joining the live session. I appreciate your support to the channel by giving a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There's a lot of content that I'm posting every day to help trader every single moment. So I see that the smashing is not still yet in that zone, so it's almost 8:1 ratio, the like. So I would appreciate your support. Now it's going up. Thank you. Awesome. So now Gbpusd, why? Because it is, it has made a move early today. Now we can expect it to drop further for a pullback, and if we see another big drop to this support, that is the 192.6, that would be a big move here. And you can see that, guys, when we entered the trade, I entered at 190.308, and interestingly it just had only 4 pip drawdown and then has got this move to the upside. So because it's the liquidity zone that we talk about, it's the liquidity zone. Okay, so if you look at now, you can see from the 1 hour, the sellers again trying to sell the market. It's already tested this support. Okay, so if it drops back down again, if you look at the daily chart, you can see that if it drops back down again, that will be the big drop. In that case, we might see another attempt. If we see that, then we can look for the potential entry on GJ. Okay guys, so now we'll be looking at, after the Gbpusd, let the market drop back down to the smart money area. See, when the market drops like that, one straight drop, that's a very good opportunity for entry, because I love this kind of drop. Straight vertical drop will always give you a big edge in the market. You see, if it drops back directly like that, quick drop is always so always, the false breakdown happen like that. Okay, so this one with GJ. Now let me quickly look at the gold here. What's happening with the gold? We'll come back to the GJ again, and then also we'll be looking at the dollar CAD. Now gold is very interesting. You can see from the daily, after breaking the daily low, gold has got a bounce to the upside from this daily 20 EMA, which is quite significant. And with the bounce, currently the price again has reached that daily resistance level. If I look at the weekly chart and also the monthly, so monthly candle closing in just a matter of 1 day and 10 hours. So it's gonna close on Thursday. So Friday morning will be candle close on the monthly. So that means that this candle is quite significant on the monthly. If we look at the weekly on gold, we can see that from the weekly there is a bullish move this week so far, pullback. Now looking at the daily chart, what do we see? That from the daily, you can see that this is the daily price action, and with this daily candle there is a daily doji followed by another daily. This is daily candle has got a rejection from the top and also rejection from the from the bottom and top, and the price is approaching this. You see that there is an opening and closing in that area. And from the intraday here, from the 4-hour, what we see, that you see from this level there is a straight bounce back to the upside, and this level that I have drawn is the daily resistance level. So if the market managed to break the daily high, daily resistance, opening and closing, we could see potential rejection from that level. So you can see that. So for me, potential selling pressure may come from on gold from this level here to this. Okay, so depending on how the market is reacting to that level, it's very important. As I mentioned before, in GG also, you guys have seen that when I have entered the trade, when I saw the market reacted to that level. So it's important that always looking at bigger picture is key. So as news coming in an hour, if you look at the daily chart, there's a huge bullish move on gold now after breaking this low. So that might lead gold to trend again to the upside. You can see that there is an impulse here and then it's a whole pullback. So if we take the Fibonacci for this impulse here, you can see the market almost retraced to 61.8%, has penetrated that and then has carrying a rejection again to the upside. So for any kind of entry on gold, there is a fair value gap. As you can see, this is the support here, down resistance, and also there is a level here. So let's see if we have any kind of entry opportunity in that area. Okay, now here what do we see? On gold, the price is approaching this level where there is a 1 hour 20 EMA, and also this is the level that is highly liquidity zone. See if the market is getting any kind of rejection from that level. We did that here. If we see the market is, so it's a wickless candle, too long bullish candle, and it's hitting that liquidity zone. Let's keep watching. We could see, because it's in a very, you see, this is previous swing low, this is the support. From here you saw this move happen, and I'm expecting it to go ahead and retest this 2029.89 and then to reject, but it's being afraid to break that high. Expecting it to go ahead and had a hit on that. It's not hitting that level yet. um, Interesting. It didn't hit that 20 Amazon. So instead we see that from this level it's getting a rejection. I expect it to go up a little side before moving down. Okay, so I will be looking at that now. Let me see the GJ, what it is doing. Gbpusd, yeah, so it's also consolidating in that area. What about gold? Yeah, we are looking at gold, and very interestingly, the market hit that level. I was expecting it to go up a little, and look like that. You see this one, we might see this one closing as a doji, and if the price again break the high, form another liquidity candle, we can look for selling. But let's see, first of all, not now. If we see that it gather liquidity again, you see this is the daily resistance. This level is 2030, 2031 or 203.50 is the daily resistance. So if the market goes up, grab liquidity from the daily resistance, then we will be selling to this level. In that case, we might see again the price is coming back to this support level again, so which is the ICT concept that we talk about. So today you can look at, this is the daily candle. You can see so far the market made a move and then has gone back up to retest the daily resistance or even the daily high. So if we consider the daily candle already made a move to the downside, so bearish, and now has gone up for a pullback, and if it is gathering liquidity from that level, from the daily resistance, that's the ICT with liquidity. I will be explaining more in depth on that concept this Saturday. You'll find it on the channel, on the YouTube channel, guys. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. Press that bell notification so that you are not missing out any of the content that I am posting every day. Along with, keep eye on Saturday during the London time for this content. so that you are notified. I'll be premiering and also I'll be watching with you, so you can look at that. Now you can see it's now trying to trying to create another move, so we might see potential another move is possible. And you see this level that I have drawn is the swing low. This is the support level, has gone back up, broken that. This is the fair value gap. You see, talk about market has ultimately come to test that fair value gap. And I will also be posting a very important lesson on the fair value gap, in what situation you can expect the market to go to the fair value gap, in when. And when the market reverse, you see that the market started to move, and until it goes to the fair value gap, it just keep going. So in what situation you can consider that fair value gap when you are in the market. So for the time being, you can see this is where the level, this is the support and resistance, and expecting it to grab one more push and then to reject. If that's the case, then we will be selling. As the news coming, we might see that this instrument getting very volatile, so keep up. How far will GJ pullback, sir? Very good question. What do you mean by pullback? You mean pullback to the downside or pullback? Because if you look at the daily chart, it's coming down for a pullback. If you look at the local time frame, then it's going up for a pullback. So it depends on what time frame. Let me know. Good day, sir. Remember my yesterday's prediction on short Euro USD? Yes, I remember. Very good prediction. Time to make long. What do you think? Okay, so you think that euro dollar long? Still it's still in a downtrend, guys. So it's still a falling market. So I wouldn't go short yet, because after this kind of drop, see, this is the 1 hour candle. Though we might see different close, still not closed, but let's say this 1 hour candle is closing like that, which is a sign of bearish price action. We might see further liquidity grab. But you see, this is the 30 minutes price action on euro dollar. Red candle, cross that and then form as a pin bar. So here it is potential bearish price action, because euro dollar had a massive drop. What I say massive drop is because you can see big drop, and then the market, you see that there's a bearish move, pullback, and it's gathered liquidity again. So when a market made a big trending move, this is how you can understand the trading with the trend. Guys, before I progress further, can you give the like to 100? Will be helpful. Thank you for the support. Give a thumbs up, as you know that the view and likes are very disproportional. So once you smash it, it goes straight to the eternity. Okay, so thanks for that support. Now what do we see? This pin bar. Okay, so this is the pin bar on euro dollar, and that pin bar, if you look at, it's a very strongly falling market. So when a market is falling very strongly, when it goes up and then grab liquidity, is basically falling again. There's chances that the market will drop again. What is dropping is likely to drop. That's the law of trading. So with that being said, euro dollar, for me, there could be further downside, but at the moment we are looking at mostly on tomorrow is euro news coming, so it's gonna be very volatile. At the moment, let's quickly look at here on, we look at 15 minutes on GJ. This trade here. Okay, so if you look at 15 minutes on GJ along with the euro dollar and gold, we can see that from the 15 minutes perspective, this is where from the 15 minutes on GJ, I will be waiting to see one more rejection from this support. So if you look at the daily here, also from the daily, Gbpusd has made a big move to the liquidity zone. So this kind of support you will find very interesting when you are trading, entering the trade. Best teacher ever, Mohammed Bafon. Thank you. Coach, any tips for a day trader who wants to become a scalper? Samuel, any tips for a day trader who want to become a scalper? The tips is that if you are profitable as a trader, then don't become a scalper. If you are not profitable as a day trader, then also don't become a scalper. So the first thing that you need to become a scalper, you need to become a profitable day trader. Then you can become a scalper. So you can give yourself a reward when you win something, right? Now if you, let's say if you are not a profitable day trader, then you're not gonna be a profitable scalper as well. And it's a level up. Okay, so swing trade is the most relaxed, right? And then the day trade is a bit more harsh, a bit more aggressive. Scalping is not for everyone at all. So definitely if you are out, this is how I did swing trade, day trade, long time. Scalping still very hard. Okay, so if you wanna be a scalper, then definitely first become a swing trader and day trader and then do the scalping, because it's not easy to control the emotion. All right, so that's the tip that I can give. First become a profitable day trader and then become a scalper. Thank you. Good morning. I think today's news says whether to buy or sell on gold. The chart doesn't matter at all. Do you think that too? I think today's news say whether to buy or sell on gold. What do you think, Boni? I think today's news says whether to buy or sell on gold. The chart doesn't matter at all. I didn't understand what you mean by. Can you clarify a bit? To the downside on 15-minute chart for when to make long on GJ. Not too sure. To the downside on 15 minutes for when to make long on GJ. Why I'm not understanding language today. To the downside on 15-minute. Okay. For when to make long on GJ. Okay, I understand. So you mean that when you are looking at the 15-minute chart and then you don't know when to long on GJ. Okay, very good question. So the first thing from 15 minutes, that if you want to go long on GJ, if you are with us, definitely you'll see that. But for going long on GJ on 50, let's say it's now falling market, so it's not a good idea to long. We already secured our profit on GJ that we discussed. This is our today's trade on GJ. If you guys have seen our pre-London session live, and in our London session live. So London session live, we talk about the GBP/JPY to come down to the daily support, break that low, we will be going long. We did that. And also this is the trade also I have opened, I secured profit. Also I have shared in the VIP group as well, in the mentorship program, who are trading with me in Forex Trading Wizard Academy. Can anyone confirm me that you have secured that profit as well? So this is how. Now if we look at GBPJPY coming down to this support, okay, to this support here, you can see that if it, for me to go long on 15 minutes, the first thing we need to see that the market has now retested this support, even potentially overextended, and then has got a rejection here. See, when you look at the lower time frame, such as on the 5 minutes, you can see that this is the 5 minutes bullish candle. Okay, so with that 5 minutes bullish candle, this kind of candle will tell you that it's time to go long. Okay, so you'll see that clear rejection, and then we can look for going long. In today's news, say whether to buy or sell. Okay, to the downside on 15 minutes for when to make long on GJ, not too sure. Okay, so we discussed that on that. Thank you. GBP USD analyze, please. Yeah, so we'll be looking at that as well. Thank you, Don. So I'm surprised at USD. Yeah, I'm a profitable now, coach. I now have more time. Samuel, I'm profitable now, coach. I now have more time. Thank you. Very good. Yeah, this is what I want to hear, right, guys. It's important, So even you see, even if you are not a profitable, just keep saying that I am a profitable. If you are a profitable, absolutely profitable. If you are not a profitable, also profitable. Because what we say more often, this is what we drawn to, right? Words is a sound. Okay, sound carries energy. If you look at, there's some kind of ancient technology. Sometimes it's a controversial technology, but theory. But let's a little bit of open the mind, and then we'll understand it. We don't know it's true or false, but if you look at the pyramid, how did that block, I don't know, maybe more than 1,000 tons, the block of the pyramids. So how did they carry those blocks to build that pyramid? We don't know, because it's thousands of years, but some theory says that they use the sound with the resonate with the same frequency as the block to carry them to the to the place. So because there was no road that time, and they had to travel that from very far long distance, right? So in essence, if we look at the modern aspect, also that the sound in fact carry, because it's a wave. If you look at the sound wave, how does that create? So when we say a sound, it compress the air. So according to the theory on sound, it compress the air, and that vibration of the compression to the air reach far, and when it triggers our ear, then we hear that sound, right? So this is the energy, right? So when we say that, okay, I am a profitable trader, you started to see that of being a profitable trader in your mind, and then you go to that direction of being a profitable trader. So anything that you want to achieve, first we need to see it beforehand. That's the universal law. So that is why saying I'm a profitable trader will keep you on the track. Absolutely. Hey coach, what kind of opportunity in gold? Yeah, so here we are looking at gold. If we look at, we saw that trigger, prices triggered that. Okay, so there is a 5 minutes, there's a bounce on gold now. So what do you see? The market has got a bounce. So 1 hour price action, if we look at 30 minutes, so you have seen a very strong bounce. Let's see if we have any opportunity. So news coming in couple of minutes. So if we look at the 1 hour chart, guys, see that the big bounce on the 1 hour, and let's see if we have any opportunity here. From the daily resistance level, we have seen that rejection on gold. Maybe might have paused. Might see, we can see the after crossing the daily resistance level, this has got a rejection from the top, and we'll keep watching for one more bounce, and then if we see enough confirmation, we can short. For Gbpusd, yeah, it's coming back down to the daily support again. So let it drop, and once we see the market became fully overextended in that direction, we can look for any entry on GJ. Gbpusd, this 1 hour candle is closing in just a matter of 2 minutes, so 1 minute, and So this is the support level, 190.26. Primarily we have seen a bounce from this level, wanting to see that the market managed to break that low and then has got that rejection. Looking at the gold, to meet form a bearish price action. See here, if we see that the market grab liquidity from the top, second JJ. In either cases, we have to wait for confirmation. So you see dollar yen showing potentially bullish. So if dollar yen is showing bullish, that means that gold might be looking bearish. But sometimes they contradict. Now here is what I am trying to see on gold is for the price to another attempt to break that high, especially if we see that it has got another rejection from 203.450. That will be a big deal. One more expectation for going back to the upside and then to see what happened for Gbpjpy. Might see further drop to the daily support. Good day, coach. Thank you for the teaching. I have joined the group, but you are the best. Following from Botswana. Thank you, Chikila, for your appreciation. Absolutely. Lawrence, coach, I have an account on funded next. Notice that whenever there is a volume on any pair, spread is huge. Don't trade. Sure advice. Thanks. New subscriber from Philippines. Thank you very much, Lawrence. So I have an okay. Notice that whenever there is a volume on any pair, okay, spread is huge. So you mean that low volume, because the spread normally will get higher when the volume is low. When the volume is high, it should be comparatively lower. So you mean that low volume. So yeah, this is what, you know, that spread got sometime due to the volume, like variation in the volume, it gets very up and down. So in that case, the only option that you have is to trade on specific period. For example, in the NY and London session. Okay, so this is the solution only that you can get when there is a, this is the situation, on this kind of situation. So it is always a good idea to, you know, find the account that doesn't have this issue. But if you find that, couple of things you can do. The first thing you can do, avoid minor currency pair such as, you know, Gbpusd or NZD pairs. Rather stick to pairs that has a high volume, such as, you know, GBP/JPY, gold, euro, dollar, GBP USD. Another way, avoid trading in low volume session, such as on the Asian session or in Tokyo session. Rather stick to London session or New York session, or both of them. Hope that makes sense. Are you in Gbpusd? So we secured profit on Gbpusd. So we had early today bought GJ. You can see this is the trade during previous. We had a session on London time. You guys probably have joined that. And once I finished the London, we saw that setup has developed on GJ from this level, and we entered that trade from here. So currently it's closed here. We secured with some pips here, waiting for another one to drop back down. Now this time for GJ, I'll be interested if it breaks this low. Okay, so if not only breaking that low, we want to see that it has broken the low and then has given us, you see, this is the red candle, red candle, red candle. First thing that we need to see, I want to see, is that it is a straight red move, and then most likely we'll see the price action confirmation after becoming overextended, either forming a long wick candle or a very sharp bullish candle will give us an, you know, understanding that this market will go up. Now if GBP/JPY breaking this low, which is, if you look at our previous, you know, sessions, live session, we talk about, many of you probably have one, you know, were in that live session, guys and girls. Probably you have got a trade on that. Did anyone had watched that London session live and have got any trade on that? In the VIP I posted that, so definitely everyone should have got that trade during that time frame. So if you look, what did I looked at, you see that back to back, this is the daily bullish candle where there is a high liquidity, followed by another daily candle, and that one also you can see that grab liquidity, but it couldn't create any lower low. As a result, we saw as soon as today the market has broken both of this low, it became a very, very high, you know, it turns into, it reached in a very high liquidity zone, and as a result, you know, we have entered the trade. That's the high probability trade. And this kind of trade are absolutely real trade that you can take sometime. When you see that in uptrending market, this kind of 2 daily candles, series of higher low with liquidity grab, when the market breaks both of this low, it's coming to a very no man's land, right? So that is where the entry is. Now gold has got, okay, so it has got a rejection here. That's it has got rejection. Now it's going to the daily resistance. Okay, so let's see, there is an opportunity we can take here. First of all, let first be overextended to the upside. If you look at it, you see this is a big bullish move, bull flag, complete breakout. So the trend is completely to the upside on gold for long term, but I think that we could see after getting overextended, especially above this level. Let me see that this is the daily resistance. Now it's going up overextended. I will be putting a sell limit here at, it's almost there, it's almost there. So with 22 pip stop loss, and let first bounce back to the upside on gold. So here at the moment I can sell by market, okay, with this setup on gold. Stop loss at 2034.29. So take profit at 2028.29. 0.043, maybe late entry, but that's sometimes beneficial, so I might have a better entry. So I have sold gold from this level, stop loss here, only few people stop loss. I'll explain later why I'm opening that. So third, yeah, so this is what I have entered, the sell on gold, expecting, because it's a big move to the upside, expecting it to have a deeper correction, and then with that correction to take profit. So I'm sell, so I have sold by market on gold. So the stop loss for this trade with a very little risk, guys, stop loss at 2034.29. So depending on your spread, if your spread is high, that I would say that add one more pip. TP target here at the moment 2028, and my entry on this trade is at 2032.33. So this is my entry, and stop loss is 2034.29. and this is where I have put the stop loss. It might try to break that high, but let's see how far it is going. Another trade that I had and before. Okay, here what I'm expecting for the price to revert back. So let's see, it might retest that level. Let's see how far it is going. So the market, if you look at the daily chart, just has crossed the daily high, daily level, and expecting it to come back down for deeper pullback. So here is we sold with this, and if it drops down for a deeper pullback from this level, we will be taking the profit. But I think that because it crossed the daily high, so if you look at the daily level, so this is the daily support so far, and expecting it to come back down to the daily liquidity zone again. And this is very interesting. So there is a news coming up in a couple of minutes, so a quick trade before the news, expecting it to give us deeper pullback in that direction. So it's already overextended in one direction. Alright guys, so there is another candle closed. So I'm short on gold, and here if we see that market already in a very important level, sure how far it will be able to move up. Okay, so you see that there's a news, so I'd like to see now. This is a very significant level here, and that's really, it will be weird if the market is not being able to break the low. It's already extremely overextended, so we are short on gold. Let's see here, expecting it to so before the news we have two more 5 minutes candle, and because there is a news, once the price come back below our entry to the profit, we will be looking to do some management on the trade. So you don't want to get a spike. Come on, didn't. Most likely it's gonna bounce. Cross the daily high, and might not work out. There might be very volatile news. It's already overextended. Not gonna work this time. Still on the trade. It's getting rejection. That may not work out. Let's see the last moment. If we see that price managed to drop, I think it's gonna bounce to the upside, but now with the news coming up in the next candle, after the next candle there will be news. So this candle coming up, need to see that it's got a rejection. So it still keeps us that in that trade. So it still keeps us in the trade. So just move a little bit of one, half a pip above, just for the news spike. If it wants to, if it wants to give us that bit more opportunity here. So 34.35, I moved to 34.35 just in case, which is less likely, but just exploring. If so, I moved my stop loss at 34.35. Which is, you might see that ultimately going up to the spike, but just the last moment if there is any change. There's a weird move, fully weird move, but okay. Really, I want to keep ready for closing. If it drop down below the profit level with the news spike, we will be closing out. Okay, I'm almost nearing to the entry, so wanna see that. Might even do that, might happen, because it got a rejection just before the news. So if it spiked down, we should be able to secure some profit on that. Okay, so I moved my stop loss at 2034.35 just for any kind of spike. Still have 1 more minutes to go. Expecting it to break in that direction before the news. Lucky enough. Getting rejection. Okay guys, so we see some kind of breakdown. The last moment you want to see that trade has worked out well. Now thing is that there is a long wick here on the 15 minutes, so as a rule of thumb the price may go up and fill that long wick. So again it's trying to go back up, but let's see if it is a liquidity grab to the upside, then okay, so there is a, here is still on the trade. Let's see, we see the downside, and I want to see that it has come down to the profit zone before I close. As soon as it will drop below the profit zone, I'll be closing out. Come on. So as soon as it will go, good profit downside, I will be closing out, guys. So it looks like it will drop. Come on, right? I just got a spike. I'm out of the trade. I'm out of the trade for a little bit of movement. For a little bit of movement, then take a break even. Might just keep pushing high now. Looks like we might see now bigger move. Should have closed the break even, so we didn't do that. Okay, now Sunil, good morning. Any suggestion on which Forex brokers you use? I am in the US. Thank you. So how many pips do you always risk on a trade? It depends on trade to trade. So if you are on the US, then you can use any US regulated broker. Probably you can look for Wanda. Many people use Wanda. So if you are on the US, then you need to use the broker that is regulated in the US. So here is what we see. But if you are outside of the US, then we have a broker that I can give you the link. That let me give you the link. So also you can find a link in the description. If I give you the link, I have given you a link in the description. You can start trading with a smaller fund if you like. But if you are on the US, then you need to trade in the US regulated broker. So here we see that on this trade on gold, that's a very interesting trade. Let's see what's happening now. I think that the market might be bouncing from here. It's starting another bullish move here. So let's freshly look at the market, and the way it has formed, we might see now continuation. Let's see what what it is trying to do. And I would like to see also the Gbpujpy. There is an entry on GJ. So this is a big move on gold. So we had a good trade on early today on GJ. This trade. Okay, now here the candle closed on the 5 minutes and 15 minutes. Okay, now what kind of price action it is trying to make is absolutely important. So we see that from here it's a clean bounce to the upside to this liquidity zone. So it's now trending. Okay, it's locally we see a bullish trend, but at the moment we'll leave it there. Let's look at the GJ, what's happening here on GJ. Now for Gbpujpy, if we look at this support, okay, in that zone, previous session's low is here. Okay, so this is the previous session's low, and with that previous session's low, expecting GJ to drop to grab liquidity and then to bounce back to the upside. So if you look at, this is the support here, and from that support, if the market break that low today, we can look for potential bounce. And if the price retests this level, daily low, I think in the next move it might try to go back to 191 level. Gold is just crazy now at the moment. Let's keep watching. This happens sometime, it just become crazy in one direction at some point. So it's now aggressively bull. Okay, so here is, you see that this is the big move here on. There is a pattern that we can recognize here on gold. If you look at, you see that this is an impulse correction. So this market is, it's in a continuation of this bullish trend. Okay, so big move, consolidation, another big move ahead. So it's a continuation of the bullish trend. So let's let it settle down before we enter again. This 15 minutes candle on gold, you can see, has gone from a very important liquidity zone. So that's the sign that the market might preparing for even to break any of this high. So you might see the continuation to the upside. Any pullback with proper liquidity gap, we can look for buying opportunity here. It's now a bull market, so we'll be looking on that. Now in the meantime, Gbpujpy, this is the support level on the daily on GJ, and so with this support level, this is the daily support. without without breaking this low, I wouldn't go long on GJ, though it is bullish. But if we see this break of 190.26, then we can look for potential bullish opportunity. Now what that news has brought, let's quickly look at the calendar. Preliminary GDP has come out to be 3.2, okay, so which is a bit less than the forecast. So that has definitely impacted DXY. See, that has got a little bit of downside on DXY. We see that rejection because of that, and that lead gold to bounce back to the upside. Now the question is, because it has hit that doji with a big move, that might lead the price again got back. I will be opening another sell here, stop loss above this high. I'll be explaining later what's the logic behind. 1.7 to 1 risks to reward. There is a big hit to that level, so make sure, guys and girls, you are not taking big risk on that. So stop loss at 2036.46. strictly risk is very low. TP at 2029.512. I'm late entry, but I have entered on gold. So there is a way that I think we might see downside on gold again. I'll be explaining later why, but at the moment we could be to the upside. So make sure, guys and girls, you are not risking your whole capital. Might just go up again, another liquidity grab before dropping down. So I am short at the moment. I'll be sharing that trade in the group. Look at the 15 minutes. So this is a very important resistance level, and there is a big hit on that resistance. So we have only few pip stop loss on that. I could be wrong on that approach, so expecting it to drop deeper for so I'm short on gold again in this level. And we look at the 1 hour. It's a huge ATR candle. If we look at the lower time frame, not going as expected. This is going for a weak fill. It's a huge bullish move. I really don't know how far it's gonna bounce, but yeah, you see that. Expecting it to reject from this level because it's a big bull move. And if we look at this bounce on gold, which is a direct hit to that liquidity zone, which is a sign of rejection. Might go up for another retest, but really surprising with this move. Okay, so the last moment is gonna be crucial from 4-hour perspective. So if we look at this zone here, there's circles, gold entry, short trade. It's sometimes you will see that the logic may not apply, but here is the key points before the candle close. If it knows the reason I am short on gold is if you look at the 1-hour chart, you can see that it's a very clean move to the resistance level here to this is a very important key level, and when you see a direct hit to that key level, very hard for the price to break to the upside to create another higher high. And now if we see that rejection that I'm expecting on gold to, then should see a straight drop back to the support level here. There is a news candle here. This is the support level. DXY going down. Okay. So DXY, now we see that some kind of rejection on DXY. DXY also in an important liquidity zone. So now the 4-hour candle closing and 1 hour with a big long candle. So this is the point that you need to look at, how the price is closing. You want to see that it closed a bit to the downside. Now if you look at this, you see this is a key level. Okay, this is a very important level of resistance, and it's a direct hit to that level. So as we have seen in our Gbpusd trade, also you can see that the market from a key level has got a rejection. So now that key level, we should have a reaction from this zone from the seller. It's a very strong key level. So you see a doji 4-hour closing. Before the 4-hour, there is only one more candle on the 5 minutes. If it reject, then we might see drastic drop. in the direction. Looking at the Gbpusd, where we see that this is the move on GJ, a clean bounce from this level, and this one I really expected to penetrate further. It didn't do that. That's how far it has moved. Now 4-hour closing in 3 minutes on gold and all the instrument. So you see, this is where we can see that there's a big move happen from this level, and when the market goes straight to that level in one move, which is a sign of revert back to the support level. And I will still be holding, because if you look at, we have few allowances on that. So if this is the 4-hour candle close, if the market not managed to break the high, you can expect this trade to work out. But let's see how the market is doing. Sometime it will completely do the other way around, and that's why it is absolutely important that always do the risk management. Keeping a high probability setup is the key. Thought on Gbpusd. Yeah, thank you very much. Looks to me that it's not trying to so Gbpusd from this level has got a bounce. I was waiting for the price to break the low and then to have a bounce, but it had a bounce before that level. So at the moment we cannot enter anywhere on GJ, but on gold, this is an absolutely big candle on gold. That out of comprehension. Big candle. And that big candle sometime catalyst for rejection. So I did not hold it this time. Now the candle closed, and with that candle closed, okay, we will be waiting to see now how the price is reacting. Okay, so what we can see, okay, now here is if we see that reversal from this level, then because it's a key level, we should see that drop back to this zone. I'll be holding the trade, okay, on gold. If it reject from here, we should see a good move. If it isn't, then we might see that breakout and then trending to the upside. At the moment, wanna hold it. So there you get a, the previous trade also get back on this. This is a big, huge bullish, clean bullish move to the resistance level. So when you see that kind of move, it's a big candle, okay. Might see that break out. We'll leave it there. Let me see that Gbpusd, let it play out. Now here on Gbpusd, from this level you can see there is a bullish candle followed by candle that has a long wick at the top, which is also potentially bullish price action. But this price really baffled me. I was waiting here for another entry after early today's Gbpusd bullish trade. I was waiting for another one, but it just didn't give me the chance to enter in that zone. And while gold is just playing in that zone. I'm out. Okay, so break even day. Someday it's a break even day. Trading like that. Someday you have to accept that. A break even day. Let's keep it for tomorrow to, as you can see that euro news coming up. We see there is a bounce on euro dollar, a big bounce, so we might see a very strong trend on euro dollar also. And we'll be waiting for best setup. AUD USD is still running on, and I'll let this go. We'll cover it tomorrow, which is a break-even day, and let's make another trading day profitable coming up tomorrow. So with that said, guys, I believe that you enjoyed this live session, and your support to the channel is always appreciated. I'll come on live again tomorrow twice, and in the meantime, stay tuned for that. Until that, guys and girls, stay well, stay happy. See you tomorrow again trading live. Stay positive. Always do the risk management when you're trading. Thank you, and I'll see you soon.